Good afternoon, everybody. It's been I don't know, a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. I just wanted to give you a quick update. I've been traveling a little bit extra for work. Sorry, the camera moves a bit. I've got it posted. My legs are touching the boom, if you will. So, no, I just want to give you a quick update. My last good weigh-in for the month of August, the lowest weigh-in was 250.6 pounds at 7:30 a.m. on 8/9. Since that time, I've been traveling quite a bit. I think I did a video when I was out visiting my mother in South Carolina. Then my wife and I took an extended weekend or a long weekend to go to a fountain pen convention. That's right, you heard me correctly. It was a fountain pen convention, something that we both enjoy together, and it's lovely to go do that. We did that in San Francisco just this past weekend, and while we were there, I did step off of what I would normally do, which is okay. These are not setbacks; they're just doing carnivore and then some other things in between. I'm still tickled to death that I'm still well under 300 pounds. Again, this is just a quick update for you. As of the beginning of this month, I'd gone back up to 259 pounds. By the end of this month, my goal is to get below 250 pounds, to be in the 240s, preferably around the low 240s if possible. So I'm going to get back to doing carnivore very strictly. And one of the things I do realize for myself is calories in, calories out. What I mean by that is I know that I can't eat whatever I want, just because on carnivore you can have a lot of the meat and eat till you're full. Well, when you eat the things that are not just meat, you don't learn when you're full. You eat well past satiation, and that's one of the things I've had to learn how to do. This past week, I've had a couple different meals that are not strictly carnivore. To me, they're not good for me. However, they're not bad for me, meaning they're just normal things. I had a half a cup of nuts twice last week because I was actually really hungry from having carbs earlier in the week. So that caused me to, once I start eating carbs, I get into a carb mode. I want to have more carbs, and I know that about myself. That's why this weekend is getting back to being strict, so I can get that out of my system and then move on. Today I'm cooking salmon on the smoker, so dinner will be salmon, and then I'll probably go ahead and cook a pork belly, which I'm going to try that today as well. I may do a couple of quick blips, if you will, shorts of those meals that I'm going to be imbibing in, if you will, today, or that I have today. I'll show you some more updates from my journaling. I haven't figured out how to, which I don't think you can on this phone, to show you what I'm looking at by tapping a button and flipping the camera around. But as most of you who do like and subscribe and follow me, you know that I have actually captured every meal, every day, and my weight. I'm a little extra, so I capture my weight on 3 scales, only because the story behind it is I had an original scale, the battery died. Remembered I had another scale in the bathroom closet, took it out, jumped on that scale, my weight was off by 4 pounds. I'm like, that's good, but I didn't think that was real. So when I got a new battery for my original scale 3 days later, I put it on there, and the 2 scales off by 4 pounds each. So I like being able to get on the scale and seeing what my weight is going to be written down, as opposed to, I know I'm going to lose the weight and the weight's going to go down, but it's nice to see it on something else as well, as opposed to, again, just in my mind. So those are my things that I'm working on presently. I will get back to doing a little more regular and more routine uploads now that for the next 2 weeks I'll be in town and at home. Then I'm out again for another week, and then I do travel a lot for work. I run IT for a small to medium-sized company, and we're in 3 states, so I do have to travel to those 3 states. And then I've been fortunate enough to do a few speaking engagements, so I've actually gone out and do those. in addition to some of my other hobbies, like fountain pens, cigars, and some other things that are not necessarily good for me, but giving up my alcohol and bourbon and beer and wine for the most part. I do have a pipe or a cigar here and there. But that's the update for right now. I will go back to doing some more regular posts. And another one here is this is an extra large shirt. Like I said, this is something that is just a joy for me. I'm tickled that I can fit into an extra large shirt. It's the first time in 15, 20 years. All the little wins that I've had during this journey, my wife and I flew to San Francisco. I had to go to the restroom. I got up on the airplane, walked into the restroom, and I was able to shut the door behind me. I haven't been able to do that in years. One, because I just didn't do it. I didn't go to the restroom on an airplane because I didn't want to deal with it. But I shut the door, and I actually spun all the way around, and I was in awe that was me in the restroom on the airplane. Again, the other little ones are, I don't ask for an extender when I get on the plane anymore. I can sit down, and I measure every time on every different type of flight how much extra, how much I can pull that seatbelt. It's not just sitting down and strapping the seatbelt on and being able to tug a teeny bit. I can actually pull it and pull 6 or 8 inches of that seatbelt. So I've actually lost that much weight. Again, it's just, I can't say it enough how happy I am with myself. The other little things, like I said, my wife tells me she's proud of me all the time. I have other friends who tell me the same. And they really do see the joy on my face and how I just handle myself everywhere. It really is just, it's amazing, awesome, and it just feels really, really good. It really does. But you got to stick at it. Like I said, I went off of my normal diet, and I've had a half a scoop of ice cream last week, a little piece of cake. And I noticed that my inflammation came back and all that. I had some wine, a glass of bourbon. Inflammation came right back. So those are things I got to watch for and just be cognizant of as I'm making these changes in my own life. But I'll send some more pictures. There's a few, like I said, some shorts, some pictures or posts, if you will, that show some side-by-sides of what I've looked like over the last few years. I've had some friends help me make those side-by-side pictures. Again, I'm just stoked. Again, the last thing is, again, like and subscribe, and stay tuned. There's some more updates coming. I'm just really enjoying this journey. God bless, and I'm out.